Aloha guys, Scuba Chris here. I'd like to introduce you to my new friend that just came today. This is the newest, one of the newest reels from Okuma. This is the third generation, not the first, second, the third generation of the Inspira. Now, this is called the Inspira ISX 4000XA. So in the box, you're going to have a diagram of the parts list. You're going to have in-depth detail of ordering parts. And what looks like we're back to the old standby warranty cards. You have to fill out a sit-in because after a while it switched over to doing it online, but I guess you're going to have to do the cards again. So my first question is always, what is the max drag? I know. That's what I always ask. So what is the max drag? 24 pounds, which is pretty good for a 4,000 size reel. In fact, it's 6.2 to 1. So every time this makes one complete rotation, it goes around 6.2 times, and that gives you an idea of how fast gearing is on this little reel. And that brings in 39 inches of line on every crank. And the weight, believe it or not, only 10 ounces. 10 ounces for this beautiful stacked reel. Now, bearings, 8 regular ball bearings and 1 roller bearing. Roller bearing being right over here. That's where your line goes through. Now, the reason why I had to get this reel is very simple. All the improvements that Okuma has been doing over the years on their spinning reels are incorporated into this. This is the accumulation of all the other improvements, and it's going to this one unit. And the MSRP does not even reflect that. And again, like when I did my review on the Shimano Nasi, look at same thing. No hole, right? No anti-reverse switch. So there's one less way water can intrude your reel. Isn't that great? Now we're going to talk about one of the improvements, the Flite shaft, which is going to be over here. So I'm going to step off on the side for a moment. Now the Flite shaft, what happens is that when you spin this, you got the shaft that goes back and forth, and each end has ball bearings that make it smoother. Now to increase the how free that spins, what happens is the Flite shaft has been hollowed out in the middle, so there's less friction being involved, so it will spin fuller and more freely. And that's over there in the diagram. That should be over there, unless if I forgot to put it in. Now when I started helping out Okuma, or they were helping me out, I was kind of impressed by all the things that were coming out during that time period. One of them was torsion control armor, TCA, which is like Knights of Old, where they were wearing a full suit of armor and they were battling each other. Same thing with this. This has TCA armor over the reel, and that helps steadies it during cranking and during the fight to make it smoother and steadier. And with that technology, it has a C40 long strand fibers that reaches out and keeps everything together and working smoothly. And that's one of the reasons why these reels are rock solid. And because there's no anti-reverse switch in the back anymore, thank God, as you notice, it's incapable of going back. That was an old-time feature we really don't need in the newer type of reels, and I'm glad to see Okuma is finally starting to incorporate that into a lot of the newer models. Check that out. Braid ready spool. Look at that. Braid ready spool. So it's going to have that rubberized section in the middle for you braid lovers like me. It has a TPE handle on the aluminum handle here, and you notice screw tips. It's a screw section here, not a 6-sided section where you slide in and slide out. This is going to be very good for keeping it stable and creating a lot of power and torquing when you're trying to bring your fish in. And of course, you can take this off and put it on the other side, so it's great for people who are right or left-handed. It has a multi-disc stainless steel and drag washer system to put pressure on this to help increase your drag point efficiency. One of my favorites of all the improvements in all the Okuma reels is the Cyclonic flow rotor. What it does, you can, when you're working the reel, you can feel it. It's like a wall of air, like from a fan blade coming off of this. You see how the rotors, outside rotors are shaped, is to keep a constant airflow, so it prevents a lot of the spray from entering inside of the unit. And what spray does get in there will get instantly dried out. That was one of the reasons why they designed this to be like fan blades here. So it's going to keep a natural airflow around it to help keep the moisture out, and whatever moisture gets in will dry it off faster. For those who know me, you know what I love about Okuma. That's the reason why I opted to start off with Okuma before anybody else, was their heavy duty bale wire. Look at that. Look how thick that bale wire is. And this beauty here is backed by Okuma's 1-year limited warranty. So make sure that card I showed you, you fill it out and send it in. So if anything happens, you can send it back in. So the reason I decided to get this reel before it officially came out next year is basically because John Britza, the product designer for Okuma, did a hell of a job developing this. He put all the improvements throughout the years into this one little unit. Everything from taking out the extra hole to making it as watertight as possible from doing that, to make sure that the lubrication and the gearing side is good, to make sure it's the strongest setting you could possibly make for 4000 size, which is on par with a lot of the current Shimano models of the same size. I think John did a bang up job, really good bang up job, John, doing this. So that's why I went out of my way to get this, because I don't know anybody else that has this. If you look around, not many people have this reel to show. Okay, I went out of my way to get this reel so I can show everybody what a good job that company has done. Everything that Okuma stands for is in this little reel right here. And I just wanted to be one of the first that would share that, and I would like to thank you all for buying Okuma and listening to me once in a while doing my reviews. Thank you.